Thank you. Sometimes with the applause up in here, I just feel like,
Don't say.
I feel like a star, man. I feel like a star.
Oh, no, that's not.
All right. Welcome to the Engine Care Experience brought to you by our friends at Total Energies. Now, this is the show where we'll take you through how you can keep your car engines younger for longer. Simple as that. My name is Temisan, and each episode will cover the essential things you need to know for maintaining engine performance and the importance of using premium engine oil products. Now, of course, if you're brand new to this, I'll tell you how it goes. If you're an old head here, you know how it goes. Usually on the show, I've got my co-hosts and my friends, Schullzz and Daye. But on this show again, we have a special guest with us again as well. And I'm sure you like this one. So more of that in a bit.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. My name is Schullzz. In this episode, we are talking more mechanics theories. In the previous mechanics theories, we tested Daye's knowledge of lubricants. Today, it's mechanics theories. So Tokumbo versus Naija. This one concerns everybody as in, what's your preference when buying a used car? And why?
I mean, this is straight up my alley because I can't afford new cars. I don't have cash. Maybe after this, I'll buy a brand new car, who knows?
Yeah.
So yes, indeed, which of these considerations come to mind when you want to buy a car? Import it from overseas, yourself, or via an agent, or contacts? Do you buy an import, what we call Tokumbo in Nigeria, already here but not yet registered in Nigeria, or do you just buy Naija-used vehicles? Why do you do those things? Now, we'll be asking our special guest. In case you don't already know who it is, I'll tell you it is. Noble Igwe, what he prefers. But first, our resident expert, Daye, the man who knows everything automobiles. Daye, first of all, Tokumbo or Naija-used?
Thank you, Temisan. Well, it actually depends on the person that is buying his budget at that time, the kind of car he's looking for, availability. If it's an enthusiast that is looking for a particular car that is not so common in the Nigerian market, you may want to see one good deal and say,
Hey, pause. Tokumbo. Or is doing left, right? Tokumbo or Naija-used?
there are factors to determine.
Answer, say, you see,
For me, I will go with a Tokumbo that I can view the history while on the owner used it abroad. The transition to the car came to Nigeria.
Okay, when it's time on this show, we'll talk it.
We
will talk it.
View the history.
Yeah, wait now. Let him finish.
My name is Oriwari Daye, and I am an expert in all things car maintenance and performance. I am head technician at JD Autos, and I hold a BSc in petroleum and gas engineering. I'm here to help you with tips to keep your engines younger for longer, whichever you decide to buy.
Now, first of all, Daye might have skirted around that question. He did skirt around the question. But hopefully, our special guest won't skirt around the question. Now, our guest today is a well-known celebrity blogger. He's a content curator. He's a fashion model and an entrepreneur. He's popularly known as Nobes. Hey, I know him as Noble Igwe, but you know him as Nobes. And he says of himself, you know how I like to move around like a G. Sounds like a Biggie Small song.
Yeah, like
a G.
Of the G, right?
Yeah.
G is a big word.
From a young G's perspective, yeah. Eat and shop. Nobes is our kind of guy. Please give an extra warm engine care experience. There you go. So, first of all, Noble Igwe, that's what everybody knows you as.
Yes.
Let's say welcome.
Yes,
Thank
welcome.
you.
Yes.
I actually noticed, I haven't been here before, but from the applause, I could tell I'm the coolest guy that ever graced the seat.
Oh!
No, now it's on. Now it's on.
No, but
I was keeping it.
But you could tell these things. It's simple.
Once again, it's on.
Once again, it's on. Anyways, see, everybody knows you as Noble Igwe.
Yes.
What do your friends call you? Nobes? Noble Igwe?
So I've got different names depending on who I'm speaking to. So my Igbo name is Schullzz.
So your government name is Chibuzo?
No, my full name is Noble Schullzz Igwe.
Right.
So my mom calls me Ozom.
Yes. Who's that's like my heart?
Yes, you know that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I married someone called Choma. Choma calls me baby. I see.
Sorry.
So,
baby.
I've got 2 kids, Jasmine and Elian, they call me dad.
Okay, yeah, of course, obviously.
So my friends who are not close to me, or people who know me call me Noble. People who are my guys call me Nobes.
So which do you prefer?
Nobes is okay.
No.
That sounds kind of cool.
He says,
Yeah, because I'm cool. You can tell.
Good Lord, have mercy.
No.
God. All right, so you run. You have your own fashion line.
Yes.
You do the content.
I currently, people think I make the coolest video right now in Nigeria. And this is not me bragging. This is like, they say if it's true, it's
You
not
hate
bragging.
to brag, but damn, you're
No,
good.
but when it's true, just me talking.
When you're large, you're large. You know you're good. So just
That's what I'm trying to say.
Which one do you prefer? What space do you prefer?
I'm an Igbo man, right? So I kind of feel like it's the Naira and Kobo at the end of the day. And having lived in Nigeria for a long time, I just also have realized that when you put yourself in a basket, people can sort of keep putting in there. So I don't want to be that person. I don't want people to think I'm a fashion designer. They only call me fashion design things.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a content creator. People call me only to create content. I don't want to be a stylist. People only call me to style. I'm an Igbo man when the budget is right. You call Nobes. That's the whole idea.
You know what?
So let's go to the question. What do you drive?
Yeah, no, because I mean,
Right now, how did you
how'd you roll in here?
How did you pull up today?
Oh, I came in at the full option C300.
What's the system? Which one?
It's a Mercedes.
There you go.
And when I
There
say
we
full
go
option,
with
it means
the
that
Mercedes-Benz.
when I say full option, I mean that all these buttons are working. There's no plastic covering that you say, oh, in other version, there has to be something here.
Good Lord. First of all, I know I'm in the wrong profession. I mean, everybody drives better cars than me. I don't know what.
Temisan, I think even if you
Who do I need to
if
talk
you
to?
were able to, you would still buy an old car because that's the kind of
Yeah,
guy
it's just
you are.
me. It's just who I am.
Yeah, that's
all
who
right.
you
So Nobes, you drive a Mercedes-Benz C. You know what?
C300.
C300 because I have a bit of a military background, right?
Okay.
The C-130. Have you heard of a C-130?
Yes.
The big military
Yes.
Air Force plane that
Yes.
carries. When I hear
Yes.
C, that's what I think about.
Yes.
Is the Benz as spacious as?
No, that is a cute. So for me, cars have to look like Nobes. Small, compact, but very functional.
Here we go.
Oh, good Lord.
Here we go.
So the 300 is between like the E-Class
Right.
and maybe like the S-Class, just somewhere.
Is in between the S and the
Yes,
brilliant.
yes.
All right, and of course, I mean, you got to be Nigerian. You didn't start with a C. What's your first car?
No, my first car was a Toyota Camry that I shipped in from Tokunbo, and that was the first car that I bought myself.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Not the one my
No, the one you
parents
bought
had. The one I
yourself.
bought myself was a Toyota Camry. You know the one they call the Slim Light?
Yeah, that's 2000, that was 2000?
Yeah, so I bought it from Cotonou in 2006.
Right.
So it was my first car that I bought with my money. Then my second car was a brand new Honda Civic.
Brand new.
Yeah, I bought it in 2008.
There you go.
Yes.
You've been making money a lot.
There you go.
And,
You really do roll like a G. Yeah.
And my third car
Oh,
was
third, is
a
it?
BMW X6.
Well, tell us, Noble, please.
So did you
Please.
buy brand new Tokumbo, Naija Used?
There are two things that you hardly have a history of when you're trying to buy the Nigerian-used car and a Nigerian-used husband.
Nigerian-used husbands.
Like a husband,
Nigerian-used husbands.
Yes.
Oh,
No, I feel attacked.
hey,
No, I kind of feel like
on your behalf, Pele.
I feel like I'm attacked.
So, because for so many people, there are no history for both. So those are two different things. But have I bought a Nigerian-used car before? Yes, I had.
Okay.
And do I regret it? Yes, I do.
Now that
Okay,
good
let's
break-
just pause right here.
Yeah, because you know why I'm asking? Because like me, I mean, my first car was probably what you call your first car 2006?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I bought my first car. Must have been 96 or thereabouts. I can't remember.
My beard is black, yours is white.
There's
Just
something going on here.
What was your first
Daye,
car? No,
I
I'm
think-
going to come
I
Daye.
think
You know
we
what?
should
I'm going to come.
sit- I think we should leave Temisan over there with Nobes and you should move.
Yeah, because you know why?
I can feel the
Nobes
heat.
came in here and said, I'm the coolest cat this place has ever seen.
And that offended you.
Man, I'm the top dog, but there you go.
Okay.
I'll live with
maybe
it.
Daye should.
Okay, you know what I'm
Yeah,
asking?
let's go to Daye.
When do you must have had massive experiences with mechanics, you know?
Yes.
Nigerian mechanics, and we know how they can be.
Yeah.
Not Daye. Because
This is not mechanic.
this is a fashionista.
No, this is like-
This is a fashionista. Don't touch our Daye.
No, like this is like,
That's
see, listen.
small.
No, let me
Explain.
listen. This is not a mechanic that you ask to give you a list to fix your car. This is a mechanic that you call if your car stops at a wedding and people can see you trying to fix your car. So,
So
make
it
you
looks
call
cool fixing
a
your
cool
car.
mechanic to come. This is not, listen.
Isn't it Meku?
No,
Isn't
this
it
is-
Meku?
this is not- you don't-
This is a automobile
If
engineer.
you want to buy a car and you take Daye to sort of inspect it, how much do you charge to go and inspect a car? No, let's start with that.
They just charge
Let's start
money.
with that.
Do they
It's
call
not
it?
like this. I work with a team.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
work alone.
Yeah.
Answer, how much does your team charge?
So it depends on the car you want to inspect.
Estimate.
No, we have
Dep-
types of
depends on
inspection,
the car.
which is a mistake most people make. If you drive your car into my shop and you say you want to inspect, is totally different from when you want to buy a car and you say we should inspect.
Right.
Our customers will know the history of their cars. If tomorrow they want to sell, we can confidently tell you this is what is wrong, this is what is right. If you pay, this is what it should take to fix it. But when you are buying a Nigerian used or foreign used, as you know, Tokumbo car, one thing you should know is that you don't know anything about that car. You are there on a blank sheet.
Or how much, what's the range? That's what
It could go from 50,000
Whoosh, to go
for
inspect the car.
a thorough inspection.
He just explained
A
it to
thorough
you.
inspection.
You want to look at
It's
your
all-
car.
no, no.
It's
And
different from.
Temisan,
I want to sell
you're
my
wondering
car,
why
I
I
want to
asked
inspect
him
it.
that.
Yes.
When you buy a Nigerian used car,
Right.
you put a mechanic on a retainer. That's the only way.
That is if you don't inspect
I
it.
don't know.
Because
I don't know.
most times when we inspect cars, if you buy a Tokumbo car, you still keep money to fix it.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so let's get back to
The
question.
topic, yes.
Tokumbo versus Naija Used. Which would you say and why? Temisan. Don't say Emo. Answer now.
No, because you see, that was a great point.
Temisan,
There's a reason. Tokumbo and
You are
Naija Used.
stalling.
Tokumbo and Naija Used. If it was a Range Rover, it'd be
This
Tokumbo.
Temisan.
Any other car,
He has
buy
a point.
any other car, buy a Naija Used car. Any other car, buy if it's good, I buy a Naija Used car.
Why?
It's cheaper.
Let me help him answer that.
No, let him answer his
It's
why.
cheaper. It's cheaper.
Answer your why.
It's cheaper.
It's cheaper.
Yeah, it's cheaper.
Daye?
Okay, so cars abroad, one thing you have to understand, they are made for, let's say, a 4-year period. After that, your warranty on the car is over. The
Right.
person that bought it brand new, they've given him 4 years. You pay for extended warranty, maybe one
Maybe,
year
yeah.
additional. Then it's sold as what you are bringing in here as Tokumbo. So when you think of that, the person has already used a portion of the lifespan if you don't have proper history. And then you bring it and the car is clean and shining, but then there's what we call recalls. While the car is in America or whatever country it's coming from, the dealership there most of the time has to, they've noticed things that, okay, this thing fails on all our...
The
So
manufacturers.
there's a recall. There's a recall
the
on that car.
manufacturers.
Yeah, the manufacturer in collaboration with the dealers.
Right.
They know there's a recall. This part keeps failing on all our models.
Yeah.
So they say they want the car back to change some things to an updated version. So most of the time, those cars are shipped here without those things being changed. So even for the Tokumbo, it's still not...
So what do you prefer? So what would you prefer?
For me,
Tokumbo or Naija Used?
I will still tell you, I'll always check. I've bought Nigerian used cars and I've bought Tokumbo cars.
Which one? Nah,
the thing
no,
is,
this Daye said.
It's hard
Which
to get a
one?
professor.
I say he's not a mechanic. That's what, let him
He's an
answer.
engineer.
Let me let him answer, then I'll fault his argument.
Okay.
Let me fault
Okay.
the argument. The argument you have.
But he hasn't answered.
No, he's already gone to say,
He says
oh,
either one of it, eh?
is he,
You
yeah,
can
he's
do
gone,
anyone.
he's gone
So
down.
he's sitting on the fence.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the history, what I'm faulting in his
No,
argument is
stop first.
Okay.
Tokumbo and Naija Used. Which one?
Tokumbo all day. And I'll give my reason why.
Why?
He was saying the Nigerian used car, some Tokumbo car can be brought in 4 years, whatever. The problem with the Nigerian used car is like, they have done 4 years abroad. They bring it in, they buy that Tokumbo, do another 4 years on top of it, then sell it to you. So you're not just struggling with 4 years of use plus either extended, whatever. You're struggling with 8 years.
Hey.
Oh.
But here's the thing though. I know loads of people who maintain cars like crazy. In
It
this
does not take away the 8 years they're
So
struggling.
if you want to sell
No,
your
no,
car
I
today as
get
a
your point,
Nigerian
Noble.
used, do you think the person buying is lucky or unlucky?
They're lucky. Can't you see me?
There you go. See?
Whoa.
You've answered.
Whoa,
You've
whoa,
made,
whoa, whoa,
you've
whoa,
made
whoa.
the argument for me.
It also has to
So
do
if they
with
buy
checking,
your
yes.
car, that's a Nigerian used car.
They can buy my own car as a Nigerian used car, but that does not, if it's a Tokumbo car, that does not take away the 4 years that is being
Okay,
used.
so guys, wait. Let me
abroad.
just step everybody down because I can
Right.
see Temisan, you and
Yeah, Nobes.
yeah, you're about to.
Yeah, 'cause
I mean,
I'm-
head to
I'll
head.
throw it down, man.
So
Throw it
can't
down.
either options
down.
be fixed?
Charles, fun fact, myself and Tokumbo sort of go like this on Twitter somehow. With
Me and
Ato-
you, eh?
Yeah, with Ato in between us.
Oh, true that.
Yes.
There you go. There you go.
Can you imagine?
There you go.
Can you imagine? So let me ask you, can
it was
either
one-
option,
yeah, it was one
can't
of-
the car be fixed up, to be sweet, performing engines, serviced, all the parts, everything, making it nice and sweet? Can't that be an option?
Well, like we said, you don't just buy a car, be it Nigeria-used or Tokumbo, and just put it on the road and say, you know what, I've bought. You have to understand that some of these cars, when dealers buy them, they buy them auction. The dealers who just took a risk, saw a good deal, bought it here, fixed to his taste, not your taste, and put the car out there. You don't know the engine oil that was used in the car. You have no idea of all that. So even when you buy a Tokumbo car, you have to also do. I see buying a Tokumbo and buying a Nigerian-used as doing the same procedure. The only thing is what Nigerian-used, once you've seen some particular things you can't deal with, or you know this thing is a problem, you leave it.
But must it always be enter and drive? Because that's what we want. We want to buy car
That would be for
and drive.
brand new. But brand new still has issues.
No.
We've worked on cars with 2,000 miles. and they
Daye, you have
factory
come again.
issues.
Anyway, Nobes was
That's,
missing something.
that's going to be an exception. Let me give you an example. Like the thing where this is funny, a lot of Nigerian used cars are sold off from the mechanic workshop.
They are sold off.
Sold
Yes.
off, yeah.
In the mechanic workshop.
Yes, and this is the reason why. So people keep trying to fix something, and when they
Right.
can't fix it, we're like, you know what?
Sell it.
off. Let me know what I can get. You keep your cut, and let me know how it works. The same way you talk about auction. So the thing in the Nigerian used car is sometimes we flog cars more than the car should be flogged. Like
Wow.
so the drainage system, the parking, people park cars, their compound sort of keep it. That I can go on and on. Like listen, I love
yeah.
Nigeria, but I don't want to
Yeah.
be.
Do you know why I want to argue for Nigeria?
Temisan.
You know why I want to argue for Nigeria is right. On one of these shows, we had an expert from Total Energies came in, and he mentioned that the drain time for their engine oil is longer.
I remember that show.
You remember?
Yeah.
Longer than just
I
about
was
every-
even asking him a question regarding that.
You know what drain time is?
Yes.
Right. It says the drain time for Total Energies and lubricants are longer than every other person. What if somebody like you use a car in Nigeria, bought Tokumbo, and you maintain it perfectly well? Daye asked you, is the buyer of your car not a lucky person?
No, he is. So the buyer of my car is going to be a lucky person. The problem is that just few Noble Igwe or people who probably maintain their car to that level. I'm not saying that Nigerians don't maintain their cars.
Yeah.
But sometimes people who maintain their cars sort of drive their cars for a long time. So that's why they drive it to the extent the car becomes a vintage, but stays in their, you know the truth, becomes a vintage and stays in their garage because they don't want to let go of it.
Yeah.
So the problem with Nigeria, because with all due respect to Nigerian women, there are two drivers in Nigeria. The Nigerian men.
It's going to be sexist now. It's going to be sexist.
The
I'll leave it to Schullzz. I'll leave it to
Schullzz,
Schullzz.
I think sometimes the modern cars were built for Nigerian women, so that way they can see the signs on the dashboard.
Oh, the modern cars.
Yeah,
right.
so that way
I take shades of offense to that statement.
No, listen.
But I'm going to let it go for a minute.
No, but I talk from the experience of my wife. They drive, they will see the signs on the dashboard.
And they just don't do nothing about it.
But you
Is when the
can't,
car can
women
move
are
anymore.
different. My knowledge of cars is different from
Oh, yeah. You're
the
no
next,
longer the
next
average.
woman's.
You're no
own.
longer the average.
You can't pay. I'm no longer the
You're no longer
average.
the
And after
average.
doing this,
You've been
man, I
doing
will
this show for
tackle
a
any
bit, yeah.
mechanic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Daye, let me ask you, what would you do? How would you go about, returning a used car, fine-tuning it to get it back to pristine condition? What are some of the things? I mean, what would you do?
So we work with a checklist. By the time we've checked engine, transmission, brakes, the braking system, the interior, the bodywork, a car that is badly used. A car that is badly used, it doesn't really hide. Sensors are working properly. So from whatever we notice there, we come up with a list and we put price estimates, worst case scenarios. And it's for the customer to now say, okay, if I'm buying this car for so and so amounts and adding these amounts to fix, what's now the point? I might as well just go and buy a clean Tokumbo. But in a case where we check, and sometimes you could see that maybe it was just bad maintenance and
this goes for both Tokumbo and Nigeria, doesn't it?
it goes for the two. It goes for the two. So once you check that and the price differences are not so, we tell them, let's go and check for a clean Tokumbo that you have lesser things to fix. It's hard to buy a Tokumbo today that you have nothing to fix.
Yeah.
At least you have to buy a tire.
Yeah.
You have to be sure you
Yes,
put your total
yes.
lubricants.
And
You
make
don't
sure
know
your
what
legs and
lubricants
all
was
those things,
there.
yeah.
Right.
Exactly. You don't know what lubricants was there before. your transmission. Most people don't remember the last episode. There was an episode we mentioned about transmission.
Yep.
Yeah, you said they don't.
Matter of fact, just reminds me because you see, I remember I think it was Chidi we had here, the expert from Total Energies, and he said, look, if you put the wrong OEM lubricant in your, so what if Noble says, you know what, I'm taking care of my car very well. The Benz is driving like a dream, but the OEM says 20W50,
And he
and Noble
decides.
has been using 0W50. So you know as the auto mechanic that, you know what, this engine won't last very long anymore. So what do you advise?
I wanted to come in and say that's also the reason why I prefer a Tokumbo car, because sometimes when it comes, you could still see the markings of the oil that
You
you
can
ought to
see,
use.
you can see
It's still there.
all of
When
the-
they use
yeah.
it 4 years in Nigeria, listen, by the time you drive it in Nonu,
The thing is,
you need to sort of look
we have to
in.
take you somewhere to eat amala or
See,
fufu or
no,
something.
you'll be like this.
They'll be like, does this say, what kind of oil, that kind of thing.
That's why the automatic, because you see, Daye is a pro. So I've taken Noble's car, bought it off him.
Yes.
Doesn't have to be Tokumbo now. And I've said to you that, you know what, I like this car. I have a sentimental attachment to Mercedes-Benz why am I always saying C130?
You want the
The military,
Because
not
like-
the military,
yeah,
yeah, because the
because
military
like-
thing. So I want the Mercedes-Benz. Look, you know what? I'll change the engine. And because I have done this show for so long, I know that I want a multi-grade lubricant. So I say, you know what? We're going to buy an engine that will use the Quartz 9000. Will that work?
Temisan.
I'm brilliant. Come on, man, give it up for me. My mama and papa money no waste. Like go school. I go school, you know?
You almost sounded like you were
Like-
about
like,
to
yeah.
change the engine yourself.
You know, so will that work though? Will I say, you know what? I want an engine, multi-grade. These guys at Total Energies have been drumming it in my ear. This is what I'm going to do. Will that work?
So I believe that before we've got into this engine part, you are buying this is a
I'm
case
buying a
study.
car,
You're buying
yes.
a car, but the engine was maybe making sounds or smoking, or
Even if it's not smoking.
Just want to put it on a routine that if he wants to offset it sometime in the future,
Yeah.
he will know that
Yes.
his
I'm buying
yes.
Noble's car.
Yes.
He's maintained it well, but you know what? He might have maintained it well. I just want to upgrade this car. Will it work?
It works. It works. One thing's first, your engine oil is, we've spoken about this countless times,
Yeah.
it's highly important. If for any reason his engine is acting funny, making noise, one thing, what oil was he using? And
Yeah.
by the time you ask him, the truth will come out.
He might not even know. It's his
No,
mechanic.
he knows a lot about
Oh, he's the
cars,
car
performance.
enthusiast. Yeah, that's him. That's him.
I grew up in Aba, so
So you know.
And it's particular
I
about his
force myself
cars
to
too.
know. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm particular about because I don't want the car to disappoint me on the road. So I try
Right.
as much as possible to know.
Possible.
All right, so he's premium. Noble is premium. Our friends at Total Energies are premium.
Premium,
Yes.
exactly.
So how do will it work? I asked you a question, will it work? I buy a new engine. I want to use Quartz 9000. It's important to me.
So it works. You buy a full engine. Most people would buy a car and say, "Oh, let's change top cylinder." They are wasting your time. In the reality, people have
And
this
wasting your
misconception-
money.
wasting your
Yeah,
time and money.
true.
Exactly. Or rather, wasting the mechanic's time because
Yeah, true.
when a job like that is done, how long will it last? Is the first question. So you want to buy a car that you know you are going to use and use. You put another engine. You put your total 9,000 quarts.
Total Energies.
Total Energies.
Always make sure.
Total
Hey, I've
Energies.
learned a lot. Total Energies Quartz 9000. Yeah, I like
You're
it.
going to come work with
I'm
us.
telling you, man.
Please just take him.
I just like the way it flows.
Quad 9,000.
Quartz
9,000.
9000.
Sound like a wristwatch.
Yeah, you know, it sounds like me.
Yeah,
I'm a
like-
G too.
Temisan.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
No G, man.
This is something because one, you can always rely on the engine.
Right.
now. If I want to buy your car and I open the boot and see the keg, Total Energies Quartz 9,000.
So you know.
I would just close the boot
Right.
and be like,
Okay, that's a good one.
this guy knows his oil. The lubricants, what do? They clean your engine first of all. So whatever dirt, whatever
Sludge.
whatever sulfur content might have been blocking your carts, you are sure that even post-engine, that's your catalytic converter exhaust, the oil is going to clean all that through. And after that, when you're using your car, I don't think you would have much doubts. You would be happy. You would be proud of what you purchased.
Yeah, there you go. I knew I was going to get this eventually.
Yeah, Temisan, you're there. Temisan, you're almost there.
Yeah, I know,
Just,
I know.
I mean, to get to where I am right now.
Get up.
With the knowledge.
All right, so because it's a show about Tokumbo versus Naija Used, right? And it won't be fair to have our automobile experts in Daye here and not tell us subtle signs that you can by yourself. Before you call Daye, like Noble said, Noble made us realize that to call Daye to come inspect for you, you gotta have big bucks. But Daye probably tell us, how does Joe,
What should you look out for?
Nkechi Bosse, Miriam Nigerian, how does she look out for when somebody's going to rip her off? She wants to buy a car, what does she look out for?
First things first, try and when you want to buy a car, don't go there when they've driven the car that day. Always try and go in the mornings. First things first, go under the car, check for all leaks. Go around the car, check the body panels. When you start seeing places that are wavy, open the bonnet, look inside for welds. When you see a shape in the car that looks worked on, you don't go buying a car and you're rushing. No. You have to be sure that you have 3-4 hours to stay on that car.
Take your time.
3-4 hours.
3-4 hours.
To look at one
cheap.
car. Wait, how many?
They are not cheap. Cars used to be a liability. Now we call them assets.
It's
Right.
an asset.
For motor, if you want to buy a motor, you can spend less hours as well. If you want to buy a car, you can
Okay, so you've told the average Nigerian man or woman who's not really very good at the first thing you see, because eventually they'll need to call the experts.
Yes.
But the average man or woman watching us now say, you know what are the first things I need to find before I even call an expert?
Oil leaks, very important. Ensure that you don't say your back is paining you. Go under.
Like Temisan.
Yes.
Go under and be sure your oil, no fluid is on the floor, be it power steering, transmission oil.
Any fluid at all.
Any fluid at
Right.
all. Around the body of the engine, be sure that there are no leaks. Air conditioner, ensure it's working. When you start your car, very important, which is why I said you have to go there in the morning before they move the car. Be sure you don't have any grinding noise in the engine or startup. That's a sign of bad oil or bad maintenance or too long drain interval. Check your air condition. When you start your car, any warning light you see, don't say, it's just a warning light. No.
Right.
That's why you need a mechanic that can come and scan the car. You need your diagnostics reports.
So that's now you're going into bringing the experts. But now you've told the average Joe, the first thing to show.
So they know that now
Yeah,
I have
now.
to call the expert.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because you've gone under the car, say, okay, no oil, no fluid leakage,
You go around the body.
but no leakages. I think that's the first thing to avoid ripping up. Nobes, if you were buying a car, you're not an expert, you're an enthusiast. You're not an expert. What would you look out for?
So like Daye has mentioned, you have to check those leaks and then the smell. I know this might sound funny, but I like to sit in a car in the morning without the AC on and just sort of taking how the car smells.
Smell of the leather.
The smell of the leather or like depends on what you have and the rest of them. But also because I have a little bit of experience, I'll also go check the screws in the engine room. Because sometimes
you will check the screws.
Yeah, because you will want to know what has been changed.
Right.
Once a screw has been has been loosened, you
Yes,
can tell.
and maybe there
It
was
goes out
fault there before.
Yeah,
They've
it can
done
go out of
something and
alignment
left
and
through
nobody
there.
lie to you. Back in the day when people used to talk about the mileage, now they have machines that can use to sort of
Yeah.
bring those down. But that's not the issue. But whether I like it or not, no matter how I feel about you, we still need the experts.
Absolutely.
At some point. But the thing is that some things that you look for, there's some fault. Like if a car from get-go is showing the check engine sign, I think as a layman, that's one of the signs you look out for.
Oh boy,
The
I can't sell
checking-
my car.
That's a good point. We have established that, Temisan,
Yeah.
just keep your car. Just
Yeah,
buy,
yeah.
buy another one.
T-boy, you probably be using Daddy's car.
For a while
He's selling
of
it. He's selling it.
I-
But there it is. Anyway, because of time, first of all, Nobes, great.
And I think Nobes has finally agreed that Daye knows his stuff.
Yeah,
So it
do you
doesn't matter how
finally
Daye
agree?
looks,
That
whether
I
he's
agree.
got
I
dread,
never
he's got a
said- I
braided hair,
said
whatever.
he may be a great mechanic.
But you won't trust
But
him.
the thing is, I trust him to know what he's doing. But sometimes people like him are called in only when I need him. But no Nigerians will need him. He's a total energy oil expert, and he knows what to recommend. Yeah. But the thing is, like as an Igbo man who is sitting there and cover, I will call Charles at Oniru.
Hey!
At Obalende.
That Charles Noniru is like your Babajem.
Yes. Because they're like the old
You know what?
doctors.
Nobes,
When
you were a G before you started this. Now you're no longer. Now you're an M. Man, come on, man. Come on, man.
I love it.
That's the show. There you have it. Again, first of all, we got to give big props to Noble Igwe for coming through. Nobes,
Thank
well
you.
done. Have you noticed we've been calling you Nobes now?
Yeah, like we're
we'll
cool.
We'll be your guy now.
We're cool.
We'll be your guy now. Never Noble.
I'm always going to call you Noble.
Yes, I mean, you might, like, to be honest, when I was here, I was thinking, like, if I go back to Twitter, myself and Temisan, we're still going to be good.
How we
I'm still going to
Now,
each other.
I don't call you Nobes.
Yeah.
I call you baby.
Temisa, don't do it.
I call him baby.
Because, tell him because he will call you that.
I'm going on Twitter to call you baby. That's
I'll be
it.
like,
There's
yes,
no
I'll be like,
Twitter.
yes, love, yes,
That's
love.
X. Yeah, I'm on X,
see
man.
them, see them.
All right, so hopefully we'll get to see Nobes again, right? Nobes,
Yes.
don't be a stranger.
I won't.
And best of luck in everything you do.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
well
much.
done.
Love it. Well,
Thank
big
you.
round
Shot
of
by
applause,
Nobes.
man.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm used to. That's what I'm used to.
I got keep
That's
an
what
eye
I'm
out
used
for
to.
him. He'll probably take over my business soon.
Hey, well, but when you're done with that business, let him come and shoot it for you.
Yes, there you go.
He's
All right,
great
so
at
whether
that.
you buy a Tokumbo or a Naija used car, be intentional. That's all it is. About keeping those engines performing optimally for longer. Now, to learn more about which lubricant product best suits your engine, visit the Total Energies website and social media channels. All of the details, as usual, are in the comment section. And we do like it when you tell us what you want to tell us. All right, many thanks to you again for giving us your time. Many thanks to Noble for coming through. My name is Temisan. Schullzz. Daye. Next time.
Next up is a competition for you. Watch this next segment of the Total Energies lubricant mascot, Robot Quartz, visiting different parts in Lagos. Question, can you identify where in Lagos Robot Quartz is? Bonus question, can you name 2 places Robot Quartz goes past? Submit your answers on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter using the hashtag #SpotRobotQuartz. See the comments section for the Total Energies Facebook, IG, and Twitter handles. Good luck.